Commissioner Thorne and so many others questioned my decision in a special counsel. I hired one white woman, a good personal friend and great lawyer. I hired one white man, brilliant, my friend, and a great lawyer. And I hired one black man, another superstar, a great friend, and a great lawyer.
So I ask this question all of the time. When you sat down to draw up this plan, how exactly did you see this playing out? Because quite honestly, this looks like if you didn't quite cover all bases. What did you think was going to happen? So if you don't know who I'm talking about Fanny Willis, DA Fanny Willis, the same person residing in Georgia who's supposed to prosecute Donald Trump. I really do have to wonder, what was her plan and what was the end goal that she foresaw? If she just asked herself those questions alone, then she might have realized beforehand that this is probably not the best idea. So here's what's going on with her. She begun investigating into Donald Trump about 3 years ago along with his allies in regards to the election case. Now what Miss Willis didn't account for was her being the district attorney of Fulton County, Georgia. She didn't think that she would be accused of being romantically involved with the lead prosecutor that she hired for this very same case. Obviously, it goes without saying that this is going to raise concerns about your conduct, especially given the fact that the prosecutor, the person that she's involved with at the same time, has benefited in legal fees of about $650,000.
Tonight, the judge in Donald Trump's Georgia election case scheduling a hearing on allegations that District Attorney Fanny Willis is romantically involved with the lead prosecutor in the case, a man named Nathan Wade. At issue is whether the money she paid Wade for working on the case was then used to fund their lavish vacations together.
Now, the possibility is out there that they could just be dating or even romantically involved, but it not compromise anything in regards to their ethics or how they approach the case or creating any kind of distraction, given the fact that this is the very first time that this has ever happened, where a former president who served one term and is running for a second term is under prosecution and might do jail time. Then one would think that given the amount of heat that's going to come and the amount of attention that's going to come on this case, why would you do anything that might seem compromising? Now, this came way via Michael Roman, a former Trump campaign staffer, and when he filed his claim, he was filing in suggesting that the relationship was the reason that Miss Wilson had chosen Nathan Wade, even though to that point he had never led a high-profile case, certainly not one that was under the microscope like this. The people making this accusation are basically saying that Fanny Willis was set to profit from Nathan Wade's earnings because they're in a relationship together.
The black man I chose has been a judge more than 10 years, run a private practice more than 20, represented businesses in civil litigation. I ain't done, y'all. Served as a prosecutor, a criminal defense lawyer, special assistant attorney general, won Chief Justice Robert Benham Award from the State Bar of Georgia. You know, they ain't just giving this to black men. How come God, the same black man I hired, was acceptable when a Republican in another county hired him and paid him twice the rate? Oh, y'all ain't hear me.
All of this being taxpayer funds that would fund the legal fees. Now, it probably also doesn't help that a day after he got the job working for Fanny Willis, according to the New York Times, he also filed for divorce from his own wife. Now, it should be pointed out that the document itself doesn't point to any kind of relationship between the two of them. This is just alleging that both of them have been seen in a personal relationship capacity all the way around Atlanta, and that people within their own personal circles have confirmed their status. Now, the law office that Miss Willis works for, they have mentioned that they're not going to put out any kind of statement or offer any kind of comment at the moment, which in all honesty is probably the best move that you could do at the moment. But while the obvious is true, which is sometimes silence is the best maneuver, you should obviously be aware that in your silence, people will draw their own conclusions and they'll speculate to wherever their mind tells them to go. Let's conclude. So the Trump staffer is accusing Miss Willis of violating Fulton County's laws related to conflicts of interest and nepotism. But nepotism is like Tom Hanks and Chet Hanks, you know, father and son, or father and daughter, mother and son, mother and daughter, that kind of thing. I don't think it applies necessarily to romantic partners. And if it does, please point that out where in the comments. Hear me, I'm not sure if it will, but this does have potential to get messy. And given that this is one of those kind of cases that has the most eyeballs on it, and everyone is going to be looking for some kind of slip up, both left and right, then the best idea is make sure you cross all your T's and dot every single I. So what do y'all think is going to happen? I'm not sure if anything is going to come of this, but this high profile of a case, any little mistake will warrant scrutiny. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, leave your comments in the comment section about how you think this is all going to play out. And I'm going to see you guys again for the next one. Be easy, y'all.
And I hired one black man, another superstar, a great friend, and a great lawyer.